Welcome to the show. This is Subscriber Builds 8. If you haven't seen the others, there will be a link at the end of this video to that playlist, so you can check them out. And also, if you are interested in contributing to FargoFX Subscriber Builds, the email is right up here. And you can just send me a few pictures of some of your work and include a little description, maybe a description of the work, a little bit about yourself. And also remember that builds could be really a variety of things. Most of what we've done has been blacksmithing related, metal work, maybe a little bit with woodwork, but I would definitely take a look at other DIY type projects as well. So with that, we'll jump right into it. First up, we have Finn from the Netherlands. He says this is his first ever blacksmithing project, and he is going to send some pics when he's done with a knife that he's working on. So maybe we'll consider this kind of a preview of his work, but I did want to show it to you for a couple of reasons. Number one, it shows, I think, a tremendous amount of skill, especially for somebody who hasn't done this kind of work before. And also for those of you who may be kind of sitting on the fence and you're not sure if you want to give this a try, you might find that it's really not as difficult as you were expecting. Now again, don't necessarily think that you're going to immediately produce this level of work. This clearly shows that Finn has some natural ability to begin with. But blacksmithing really is not that difficult to get into. So I really want to say thanks to Finn. Again, this is fantastic work, and I'm also looking forward to getting pictures of that knife when you're done with that project. So next we're going to some updated pictures from Chuck. You may recall that he sent work to us before. I want to say it was in Subscriber Build 6. I noticed then that he had a very similar anvil to the one that I owned. Well, since then he has actually welded on a new plate to the top of that anvil. And this is something I've been thinking about doing myself. One of the drawbacks to this particular model of anvil is that it does have a very soft striking surface. And of course that can be good when you're starting out because you're probably going to miss a lot. And if you're striking a hardened steel surface, you can do damage to the surface itself. You can do damage to the hammer. So it isn't a bad idea to start with a softer steel. But once you're at a certain skill level, it is nice to have a harder steel surface. So this is kind of an innovative way to really get more out of a budget anvil. And then another image here that I wanted to call attention to, I thought this was pretty clever. You know, essentially a common pair of pliers really is just a downsized set of tongs. So what Chuck did here, obviously, is he found a creative way to extend the handles on the pliers to really give himself some good leverage. And if you look closely at the actual jaws of the pliers, you can see that he's made some modifications there, just grinding the jaws down flat so they don't mark up the workpiece. Anyway, that's a fun update from Chuck. I really like to see the innovation and the cost saving, creative ways to tackle problems and just to, continue developing your skills. The next set comes to us from Ian, who's 13 years old. He says that he's been wanting to get into blacksmithing, and when he turned 13, his parents let him buy a forge and also bought a Harbor Freight anvil, and he just got to work. Now this knife is one that he just finished a short time ago. This was a present for a friend of his, and he shared several images that really give us kind of a sense of how the build progressed. So I thought this was really cool, giving us kind of a step-by-step through the process. And this might be helpful for others who are thinking about getting into smithing and maybe haven't started yet. You can start with something as simple as a piece of rebar and really make a beautiful knife from it. And you can tell from the images of the work being done that Ian pays a lot of attention to detail. He did some texturing with a ball peen hammer. He even put his maker's mark or touch mark at the end of the handle there. And he said when he was finished shaping the knife, he sharpened it right to a shaving edge. And you can see him doing some of that work here with a stone. So great work, Ian. I absolutely love this design. And I'm sure that's a gift that your friend is going to value for years and years to come. Thank you for sharing your work with us. Thanks for taking the time to take some snapshots along the way to give us a sense of the process of creating this knife. So once again, thanks to Finn, thanks to Chuck, and thanks to Ian for sharing your work. And to everybody else, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And until next time, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, have a wonderful time, and we'll see you in the next video.